procrastination, being a bot, uniqueness, individuality, individualism, all of that stuff. It's a killer, man. If you can't balance all of them, then you become a bot.
Yeah.
You literally just end up as a mindless husk that walks around the earth and exists. It's like it's like watching yourself in third person. Then by the time you die, you have all these regrets. Like, I wish I could have done this. I wish I could have done that. But cool.
Yeah. Would you do fashion photography?
I was going to. Funny enough, I had an offer for fashion photography from UAL, but I changed it and decided to do commercial photography. I would do fashion photography because that's something I do, but I also do documentary photography, so that just, I do multiple things, so I'm not just a fashion photographer. So for me, I wanted to do commercial photography because you get to look at all forms of photography through a commercial aspect, through via is it marketing or however. So I felt it worked more with what I was doing and producing now.
How would you describe like fashion photography compared to commercial photography?
Well, they kind of do cross over slightly. In fact, commercial is a little bit more broader, where it takes in things like documentary and my brain's going blank, and like fine art. Fashion photography is, as it says, photography, you know, for fashion, clothes, you know, pieces, lookbooks, campaigns, anything that involves clothes or fashion in some sort. That's what you're imaging, but it's a little bit. If you want to go for, like for me, obviously, like I said, don't hold this. It's not just fashion photography I have on my in my portfolio and on my Instagram. So it's a way more just focused on the fashion lens. You're always going to look under it as a fashion context. Nothing will ever be about anything else except for under the fashion context. So.
Yeah. But like with editorials for magazines, you still think that focuses on just the clothes?
What, for fashion photography? It does and doesn't. It kind of, when it works with editorials, you kind of have to, a lot of plan. Once again, it's intentionality, it's planning, because you know, you could get Din to wear, I don't know, a bright red suit right now and sit in a white room and wear the bright red suit.
I see the vision.
And in your mind, you're like, yeah, this is a really good idea, and we do it and we execute it, and what you were going for, the vibe you were trying to, I guess, create wasn't there. But then we take a different model and throw him in the red suit. It works, it snaps, it fits. It's the exact same thing. They wore the exact same clothes. Different person wearing the clothes works completely differently. So it's not always about the clothes, but it's, I guess, how somebody wears the clothes and how, I guess, somebody else would view somebody wearing the clothes. I'm not saying it looks bad. I'm not saying it looks bad on you. It's like, okay, we compare it to, remember your prom suit, you wore blue.
Oh, right.
The blue one, that's a great suit. That's a tough suit. That's a tough suit. So imagine you in that suit, but obviously the red, just imagine the vibe that you had then, but obviously the red suit, it's loud, it's out of place. If you show that to a stranger, they're like, it's very out there. Is it a person of importance? Are they so and so? And meanwhile, Din as a personality, and let's say as a model, isn't what the suit is supposed to emulate. He's way more chilled, you're reserved, very more like, I don't know, what's the word, like,
Keep to myself.
yeah, you keep to yourself. So trying to, I guess,
For something else.
yeah, trying to express a loud personality on something that isn't particularly a loud personality,
It won't
and that
work,
should,
right.
yeah, it shows in everything, literally from the way you style hair that morning, it will show on camera. And if anybody picks up on that, the whole idea is ruined.
Yeah, fair enough. That's like bad casting.
Exactly, that's the whole thing. It's just more than it comes down to more than the clothes in an editorial sense.
I don't really know like how to get it across. It's basically like I can draw from photography, but how can you really draw from film or like a past film?
Oh, no, that's geez, yeah. That's easy. That's so easy. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Yeah, that's probably easier than film to do. To be honest, drawing from anything. So once again, we always have to bring into intentionality. How do you take the photo, all the different formal elements? Like things come down even as simple to aspect ratio. Like one film that does it really well is Waves. Anybody watch that film? It's a good film, I should. Yeah, so midway through the film, the aspect ratio changes, and you don't really realize it if you're not actively looking for it, but it definitely changes.
It changes drastically.
Yeah, it changes drastically because once you realize, oh wait, why is it kind of, you feel this sense of nostalgia in the film, and almost like you're watching it as like a memory from the past. Anyways, how you would get inspired from film via and try and express that through photography. So for instance, you can be really simple, like we'll give an example, Barbie or something. Get my model to wear pink. Simple, all pink. That's it. We're influenced by Barbie. We can leave it as that. That is a lot. That's very simple. You could then make it as simple as we'll take one scene from the film. Let's say, I don't know, what's the scene from the film? I haven't watched the Barbie film. This isn't my film. I don't know. What's a good film to use as an... Yes, true. The Shining. Okay. Hallways. See, we can indirectly reference The Shining, even though it's not the same hallway, even though it's not the same film, or the twins are in the hallway, or it's not Danny riding on a bicycle. We can still be inspired by it because it could be a corridor, or it could be an ominous-looking corridor because it looks like there's no end, or there's no people, or it looks as if no effects of people. There's no footprints on the carpet. You know, the lights are like, there might be dust in the air. All these little things we can use to influence, or I guess take inspiration from film, because it's really easy. You take one bit of a film, or one consistent thing from a film, and you can use it, and it can, yeah.
You see how, like, to someone that's not trained in or used to photography, that wouldn't even have crossed my mind that you can do that.
Well, if you think
the
about
thing
it,
is, I would have picked up on it. When I see it, it's literally like human nature. You have to be able to tell. Even if it's not consciously, you would be like, oh, it kind of reminds me of X, Y, Z.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things. It's like we said with the whole effectiveness thing of each, I guess, like form of, I guess, presentation, from literature to photos to videos to books. It's like they could all, I guess, inspire each other, because it's really just another form of the other. If you want to really break it down, a photo is just a series of code, which is just a series of numbers, which is just a series of text that is formulated, that is, created into a picture. Same thing with video. It's literally frames of images, several images taken over, like multiple images taken over seconds. So
yeah, very literally.
Yeah, you can literally just pull inspiration from it. It's probably, I say it would probably be harder with a painting to try and catch it off without directly copying it.
You think? Because I feel like what you said about photography can also apply in art, because they're both stills essentially.
They are stills, but I feel like if you wanted to be take inspiration from something, like I said, if you're not a trained eye, which a lot of people aren't, because they don't know what the artist's intentions are. If you were to look at a painting, and say this is inspired by so and so, or not tell them, I don't think they would realize it unless it was right in their face. Which is, I say that's the same thing with photography, but I feel like you're able to still do it just if you know type thing.
Yeah, make it more discreet.
Yeah. Thoughts? Yes, no?
So I don't know, I'm very torn. But like I don't know how to really describe it well. I see where you're coming from. I don't know much to say about it.
Do you think it's necessary to draw inspiration from different places?
I feel like it really depends. It depends really what you're trying to essentially convey. Because you could draw inspiration from things that convey the same things you want to convey, and so it sort of enforces your idea.
Yeah.
Or if you want to, you could sort of have your own unique thing, which you don't really want, any similarities. You kind of want to create your own unique thing, so you can be like known for that one sort of unique sort of thing. That's how I see it essentially.
Obviously, you can, like how I said the whole thing about me being inspired by film photographers, even though I shoot digital. It's like you can have, I guess, things that support your ideas, or you can have things that, I guess, stand alone, or they, I guess they influence them, but it's like the opposite. It's almost like why on earth did a digital photographer take inspiration from a film photographer? Yeah.
Right. You see with art, there's like... So it really comes down to the point you're trying to get across. Humans have been humans, and we're always going to be humans, and we're always going to have the same emotions in different contexts. So it's always going to be like, that one quote that's like, you think that your pain and sadness is like the first time anyone's ever felt that extent of pain and sadness, and then you look at things of the past and you realize it's been almost the exact same. It's just like a different storyline where everything's happening. There's been different characters, but it's the same thing. And it's like, I've not really invented anything, I've just redone something else someone's made. How likely do you think it is that someone can invent a whole new concept to get across still in this day and age? How many things haven't been done?
I think it's hard, but it's also if you don't judge it too harshly and think about, obviously there's so many inspirations and so many people have done so many things over the years that nothing's really original anymore, but it's like if you can once again make it your own and put your own spin on it, it becomes something new. Like with everything in the world, there was always that one guy before and then the other guy that came after him revolutionized it. So it's like I feel like that's how it's always going to be. There's always going to be inspirations. There's always going to be things that you drew your inspiration from, but then you make it your own. It's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
You can say, oh, I took inspiration from so and so, but really the rest of it is all me. Like I take inspiration from a lot of film photographers, but I'm not going to tag them in my inspiration. That oh yes, this is a direct rip-off to so and so, because it's not. I've done my own spin on it.
Yeah, no, I hear that. When you genuinely put your own, because I do agree with the thing that essentially it is kind of reusing it, but I feel like when you put your own experiences, your sort of own, just everything into that piece of work, then it becomes sort of a
personalized.
It becomes more personalized to you because you're using your experience, your what you've seen around in the world. Because I feel like everyone's life is obviously different, and so by adding that level of that layer to your artwork, sort of that's where the uniqueness of it comes through. So your experiences, the way you want to present it, not necessarily how it has been presented in the past, but how you as a person want to present it. I feel like that's where you can then create that sort of differentiation.
The fact that you're doing the same thing, subverting it slightly from what it was before, is your uniqueness.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's no other way to be unique, I guess. There's no I guess to me there's no originality in uniqueness in itself, because there would have been something before.
Yeah, it's like a paradox.
Yeah, it's like you can't be unique if there wasn't a norm.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, I can't be, I guess, the most original photographer ever if somebody else took a photo before me. Or some girl just took a fit pic, so she took a picture, I guess when they were How unique does
Because
that make you
because
now?
that's the case. Like, if we go off by that, then like, everything is boring. You know, has been used before. But because of like our own sort of like, I made a portrait, right, and it's a portrait of myself. But you could sit here and say, well, it's a portrait. Portraits have been done before through time, millions and millions of times.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the most basic things. But because I've sort of made it into what like I want to convey, that's where that level of uniqueness comes.
Exactly.
Like, because a lot of these ideas that people do are very basic, but obviously their experiences, what they again want to convey, has that level of uniqueness to it. That's essentially it.
Probably what was on Escape would have been what he continued to do now. Because I feel like Michael Jackson fans hate me. Escape might be the best Michael Jackson album of all time.
Okay, I've got strong opinions about Michael Jackson, so I'm not gonna let you say what you say.
I'm just saying,
I feel like the people that made him as famous as he was were like slightly less conscious than everyone else. So
What do you
it's
mean
like,
it's conscious?
so it's like, you see how you were talking about bad taste, and there's something that is like superficially really good.
Yeah.
It's like a blurry fur, like that's so cool.
Yeah.
And like it's a really cool style. But like the people that think that's a good style are like dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
Basically.
So you think that's the same people who were like Michael Jackson at the time?
Yeah. I think that up until like a certain point,
Yeah.
he was like, so with Amy Winehouse, I'd say like her fans, the people that listen to the people that respect her progression and her whole like life story as a person are way more like aware of life.
Yeah.
But with Michael, that would have been the case up until a certain point, and then it's like if you're still acting like that, and now he's 40 years old and he's released the same album 4 times, and now they just got different names,
Yeah.
and you're still acting like that. Like you have to just be like a crowd follower.
I guess you can blame that. This is just like popularity. It's a thing. Like once people like it, other people like it, other people like it, other people like it. So if it's in, it's in. And I guess everybody's gonna have their own reasons. It's like, say the same thing for like any niche artist that blows up. Like the fans will be like, you don't like him for the right reasons. We're OGs. We like this because of this. We like all the old music on SoundCloud. You guys are just TikTok trend hoppers and all of that stuff. So I guess it's like a double-edged sword. To be honest, it's like, do you say it's that because you think he was just so popular that people just almost were just like mindlessly listening to the music because everybody else listened to the music? But it's like, you can say that for anything that's popular.
Right.
Which is that you can't, I don't think you can take that into like
Okay. So the reason why I think it's relevant is because I feel like in music, especially like just as he was getting older, it became a very big thing to be the next Michael, be like the next face of music, and I think that's almost toxic. With Central C and the whole like Ice Spice and his girlfriend situation, it's like, I don't know if it's marketing, I don't know enough about it, but I've seen the idea that
It's
people have
marketing.
proposed it is marketing,
yeah,
right?
it's marketing. I don't know, it's I wouldn't put Central, maybe. But it's like, yes.
But I don't think Central C is doing that, because Central C is on his own thing. He's like trying to appeal to America as well.
Yeah, which that's what I'm saying. Like, in order to be, I guess, like Michael and have that like level of like, I guess, popularity, you have to appeal to a US audience, and you have to do it consistently and well. It's like, it's not like, obviously we have like a bunch of great UK artists, but like a lot of them don't appeal to the
other
like the US audience. Like it's like
the taste is very like, it just kind of relates to like being, you have to be in the country.
like Americans aren't gonna go back and talk about how great microphone champion was. Like nobody's gonna go and say that. It's like it's almost like you have to be so like non-niche in your music that it works, but it's like in where we are and like I guess the way Central C is, I don't think he could be. Like he very much heavily reps that he is from London.
But I think that's what Americans are like picking up on. And
I don't know, I feel like because he carries such like that vibe and he carries the aesthetic so much. I feel like it can't be, because there's obviously people that are just, or Americans that just generally don't like the British accent. It's like when they drop, when they do like, yeah, like when they dropped, what was it, M for M, or is it, like so many people hated on that song because of literally.
But I think bad publicity is still publicity.
It is, but it's one of those things. It's like if you can't get that audience on it, I don't think it really works. I don't think he could be like he'll be great, amazing, cool, but like to like obviously like we said, the whole Michael thing is just like it's toxic. So like I don't think it will ever. I don't think anybody could be like Michael Jackson. I don't think he could have that much popularity. People always say Taylor Swift, and I say to like jump off a cliff, because yeah, obviously numbers don't lie, but like I don't rock with Taylor Swift. I can't rock with a single Taylor Swift song. So
it's not just about numbers. It's about how widespread wide the audience is in terms of the difference between them. Like the audience that Taylor Swift is appealing to is one specific type of person.
It's one specific type of person that is so unnichely niche that nobody else listens to.
Yeah.
It's the perfect level of. It's a perfect like level of targeted, untargeted audience. Like we all know, we don't have to say the group of people that like Taylor Swift music. It's a specific demographic in a specific.
You know, and she's lucky that makes up a large population of like America.
The majority of the population. So it's like, yeah, you're right. You can, if I guess maybe Central C can do that. And like the appeal for, I guess, UK aesthetic and the music itself keeps on growing, then yeah, 100% do it. But it's like, as long as you still have the group of people that shall not be said existing, it's going to be really hard.
Yeah.
Especially to breach into like mainstream popularity and not have people hate you after this whole Ice Spice thing.
Yeah.
Like you said, bad publicity is still publicity and whatever, but it's like the amount of people, and I'll say it like this, the amount of jobless, no money having, doom scrolling individuals that get themselves caught up in that whole situation, please, LinkedIn is free, Break Room is free. Forget IKEA and Roblox. Sign up there if you want to be on your phone. Like, it's not hard to get a job and actually be productive. Because the person, I won't name the person, but a certain person keeps on sending me every single thing to do with this whole Ice Spice and Central C situation. And I say to them, get a job. It's not hard, it's not difficult. Like, please, people take things too literally. That's why I feel like I don't think he'll ever breach that market after this whole thing, because people like are just a little bit of like, I guess not sensitive, but like their emotions, they're too emotionally invested.
They don't realize that they're like perceiving it in a way that
they don't realize that they're being played. Like your whole point is for you to know.
Yeah, they want to delude themselves.
So it's like they want to be like, oh yeah, justice for Mans. I'm a team Mans. Oh man, go get Jude Bellingham. I'm sorry. Almost how many times I must crash out over the things. That one person, you know who you are, keeps on sending them to me. Please stop. But yeah, like that stuff alone, I feel like would just ruin Central C from ever getting like close to that level of
fair
stuff.
enough. I think that there's someone that's making music right now that's like slightly younger than us.
Yeah.
That is from the UK that can absolutely take like Central C walked so this person could run. Like this person.
I would say even older. I would even say older than us. I would say older than us.
He's just a bit older than us.
Well, I would still say older than us. I would say older than us. I would say even older than Central C. Maybe. No. Same age as Central C that could probably still go further than Central C.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of those things. Let's not get into music theory. Apologies. My dad was also a sound engineer. I love music a lot. Apologies. But yeah, it's like the only way you can, I guess, get popular is like with Michael. It's a change in genre. It's a blend. It's a mix. It's something different.
But that's what said next up person would be able to do.
Exactly.
Because now a bunch of people already introduced the US to listening to UK music.
Yeah.
TikToks come up at the exact right time.
Yeah.
Where like Lancey's blowing up, YT, Len, all these people.
I don't even think those individuals feel like if you listen to like a lot of that genre of music, you understand like if you go back to like the 2000s and like 2016, 2015, 2013, even early 2000s, swag era music, that's what they're making now, and they're just throwing heavy bass on it. It's not enough to make it like a generational thing. Me, on the other hand, one artist that I always praise, didn't know this, I've been putting in on good music. Tendai Wall, mark my words, this generation's Michael Jackson, and I do not say that lightly, because the guy can sing, rap, has an actual good singing voice, can actually rap, has already featured on songs with Stormzy, Ira Star, Strands. It's like, that's just me. That's one person I would have to say that has that ability to do so, and is, I think, the same age as Central C. That is making a new genre of music. So
Yeah.
so
It's the suggestion.
yeah,
I'm
light
following him
suggestion.
because you do repost this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. He makes great music. Met him, makes great music. It's different, but it's like, I don't know, it's like almost like each song is almost like an individual experience that everybody's experienced before in some way, shape or form. And it's like you can listen to a song so many different times, you'd be like, yo, I remember this and this reminds me of this experience, but you've never heard it before, you've never heard the song before. So, once again, uniqueness, once again, aura. Sorry, I had to say it again.
First. Would you guys, have you made music?
Oh, sorry, I was waiting for Dan to say yes. I'm joking. No, I have, I guess. Yeah. Would we label what I've made as me? Yeah.
I mean,
It's beats.
it's crossing to that.
It's
like,
crossing. It's crossing. It's close enough. Maybe I actually just because you
Do
said
you know
that.
how like questionable something has to be for it to cross into music?
No, because it could be labeled as
Like-
just a beat.
Yeah.
A beat. Simple.
Not like-
That is
You
music.
could but you could also take it as music because it's, you know, if I posted it or if I upload it onto like Spotify or
label
something, it could be considered as a full song. There's not like, it's not an instrumental or anything. So that's why I say that. But because you mentioned that, I'll snippet a few things. I'll tease a few things. So let's see. Maybe I won't be a photographer long. Maybe completely change. We'll be a producer. We'll make music.
You never know.
Never know.
I would love to get like audience, like region, like you know Travis Scott. And
Yeah. That stuff scares me, man. I couldn't do that.
Bro,
Raging.
you know that's like
What do you mean? What?
Like getting an audience to like
they're literally chanting something. They're chanting the exact same thing. It's like how many people saying the same
yeah,
thing?
that's
It's
like, I don't know,
weird.
it's like a very like cult vibes to it, which just doesn't sit well with me. Which is like, I feel like I would like people to appreciate, if I was to make music and do it like probably like, I would like want people to appreciate the music,
Just not
sing
stand
along with the lyrics, but I don't want you to be like the next person. Like the reason of making the music is for an experience, and it's supposed to be personalized.
Right.
So like I feel like I get it. Like I get when Fiend comes on, everybody starts bugging. But like Fiend for me isn't even the best song on the album. It's actually probably the weakest song on the album. And like it's not even like, it's literally, it's just the same sound repeated. It's the same word repeated how many times?
No, because a large amount of the population are not conscious. I genuinely think
Not
some
conscious
people
is
are
a bit
not.
crazy. Not conscious.
No, you need to converse with some of these people. They literally don't, like, they haven't even, like, awakened yet.
So NPCs are real theory. It's actually
That
true.
dead internet theory.
it's just like half these people don't
They
actually,
can't be real.
like they're not real. Like
I saw he played it 24 times at a concert once.
See, that's what I'm saying. That stuff is like crazy.
But do you know what, man? Like with music is the only thing I can be like that with. Just let me listen to what I want. I don't care if it's shit.
Yeah.
Like music is the one thing where I'll let it be shit. I would gladly I'd gladly like be on stage with like 80,000 people that I don't have one single thought.
Yeah. No, I feel like.
But isn't it so fun how you can just take advantage of like that and just get your money up, because a lot of people will just, if you play your cards right.
Exactly.
There's always like a target audience you can cater to, no matter
Yeah,
what.
like the die-hard audience that just doesn't care whatever you do, they will still.
Artists are like that too. There are artists I think that are like not conscious.
Who?
Like you see how you're saying people that are like photographers, but they actually don't know how to work a camera.
Yeah.
And it's just like a photo for the sake of a photo.
Yeah.
Like, I think one of the craziest things I seen was like, I don't know if you've heard about this, but like this AI Playboy Carti's like.
Oh yeah. Why did that come to mind? Why did that? Yeah, that's true.
But see what I mean? People are actively like 35 million people are actively listening to that, and like.
What, like when they make another artist come on another song?
No, like there's a whole artist
that's taking his
basically he's taken his voice
and made completely different songs,
like AI like Playboy Carti over it and made new songs, and he has like 35 million.
People are loving it.
Listeners, yeah.
But that's partly because Carti just never drops.
Yeah.
But also like,
They
see
still
what I
have
mean?
Frank Ocean.
Like, you see what I mean? People will listen to anything. Doesn't matter what it is.
Exactly.
AI Playboy. People are listening to AI Playboy Carti. It's insane. Like,
That's the thing with music though, that's why you can, because it's like a 3-minute song, it's not like a movie you have to sit down, go to the cinema to watch. It's so easily exploited.
yeah.
Like anyone can just make some music. And it's literally just the most accessible art form in my opinion, right now.
100%.
The most accessible. Yeah.
It's definitely up there, because again.
No, actually, no. Trust me, it is. Think about what the motherfuckers at the time got. True.
Even just being like exposed to music, being exposed to music, if like top 100 songs, like everyone's gonna hear. If they live in like a Western country, you're forced to. Played in a shop, you don't have a choice.
Car radios as well.
Exactly.
So no, I hear music being like a massive part of just like day-to-day culture essentially. Like even now, even like us here, you got this music playing like.
Yeah.
Whether or not we went up to or not, that's what I mean.
It's still in the background, so.
You know, my mom told me like I speak in the shower.
I think everybody.
Yeah, I feel like at certain like some people even sing like start like harmonizing in the shower.
When I was in the shower today, I was mad at Dim because this guy wasn't trying to leave his house. I was actually actively thinking. I was like, why on earth is Dim not going? Like, does he really not appreciate the time that we have? Because this funny thing about this. So last year, when Bobo's opened, the week that Bobo's opened, me and Dim came here. Basically, roughly about the same time this year. I wore this exact same thing, but
Full circle moment.
yeah, full circle moment. Me and Din, we came here, and we came here on a Saturday. Now we just assumed it's a cafe. I'm assuming it's open on Saturday. What's an open on a Saturday? So we stood outside here.
It's a trek for you as well. Right?
Yeah. We stood outside here, and we're like, oh well, okay, cool. We took a photo outside here, and that was it. We left the thing, hopped on line bikes, did our whole manner of line bikes. The usual. But yeah, literally, that was like one of the things I was thinking in my head. I was like, did not like appreciate. This is a full circle moment. I haven't seen you in a year, you mug.
Yeah, but
it's like, yes, I speak to you on a regular basis, but like, it's the same.
Well, I'm so glad to be a part of like a cool memory.
yeah, the reunion.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be like the side character.
See? No, like you see.
You know what? I directed this whole thing, so I hope that when you're looking back on it, you'll be like,
yeah, you can be
I
glad.
only
You
saw
can show this to your kids now.
Is it? Alright.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll make sure to say it.
Yeah. See, this is.
Like 50 years down the line.
Yeah,
like,
50
you know?
yeah,
Do you want to see this
100%.
cool reunion right here?
Yeah. And then the photos of you with your old hair. Great times.
Was your hair long?
Very.
Yeah, he shaved off his head. He went.
I used to have curtains. Like,
Yeah, he shaved off his head and went to Albania. Didn't speak to anybody for like a good couple months.
Listen.
And then think you sent me a message of you in Albania, and I was like, what the fuck, bro? Like, where are you? I was like, he's like, oh yeah, I'm in Albania. Like, damn, like, I haven't seen you this whole summer. He's like,
because I didn't have a choice. My parents just like randomly be like, surprise, tomorrow we're gonna get on the plane, we're going to Albania. What am I gonna do?
and he shaved his head off.
Yeah,
he came
I had
back.
to get a
He
buzz.
actually came back with hair, and he looked normal, so like nobody noticed. And I was like, okay, fine.
This is the first time he's seen me ever since like my long hair.
Yeah.
So he never saw any part of the buzz at all.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
He
so
never
cool.
showed anything. And Din was like, before he shaved his hair, I was like, my hair's thinning, I'm stressed.
No, it was really
and this,
bad.
this, and that.
I got it for that
It
reason.
was, to be honest, I just thought like bro just needed to chill out and like do some like
His hair was thinning because he was stressed.
no, like he was straight. No, he was straight. Like trust me, like
No, it was quite bad.
like he went to sixth form. Anybody that goes to sixth form knows the amount of stress they put you through. So that wasn't helping him. Me, I don't know how he was able to live with that because I told
But it's done now. It's done now.
It's done now.
It's
It's
all
done.
You guys
alleviated.
are so lucky.
It's done
How's
now.
that? Why is that?
Because I still have all of year 13.
Oh yeah, and especially your choices. What possessed you to pick that?
Yeah, you don't like
Genuinely,
maths,
like
do you?
no joke. Maths, bio, and chemistry, right? Yeah, good.
Yeah, I'd rather be broke than depressed, man. That's me, bro. I can't
No,
put
no, no.
myself through that.
Hear me out. Like,
Why?
being a doctor is really cool. Like, when I would want to be a surgeon, so it's like that is equally as amusing to me as like going to space and making a movie. Like, I passed those three things, like cutting someone open, leaving the atmosphere, and like being able to portray a very strong emotion you felt in an artwork. Like, it's very annoying that the pay is so different for one of them.
Yeah. Because they both like all of them really require a lot of effort, but it's like how sort of like society deems it's like
Value.
value exactly
Yeah.
value. Because someone might say like it's a necessity to have surgery, which is true.
Yeah,
it's a
it's
necessity.
true.
And then
But, like, I
movies
feel like
are
it's
seen more
also
like,
it's also a necessity to have.
Because if the doctor's
artists.
stressed, where's the doctor going to go? What's
Yeah,
the doctor going to listen to?
exactly.
Exactly.
Like it's one of those things. It's like I guess they both hold. I guess I would say they hold equal weight in the world because it's
Yeah.
like
They do to me.
it's like you need your essential workers, you need all that stuff, but like you need some form of way to express your
alleviate
creativity.
yourself, essentially.
Because it's like if you don't, then you're gonna be like those old sad grumpy teachers that like hate people.
Yeah, it's really all like in the eye of whoever like sees it. It's all different from person to person.
Exactly. It's like if you spend your years like obsessing over like I guess like where we all are or a year ago where we all are and we all obsess on like I wanna do this, wanna do this, and then it doesn't happen and you fall short of that. Then you kind of just become like an NPC. Like by force because you didn't do anything creative and you focused so much on something that was like so textbook based and so
I think that there's something special about just living an average lifestyle.
True.
And I would really, really appreciate that, especially since I've built such strong opinions on hustle culture and the toxicity of like romanticizing the tortured artist and all these different things that if you don't do art like in the right way for you, it can easily go wrong as well.
Because I feel like nowadays, like working your like normal 9 to 5 has been become like you see this whole matrix sort of mentality. That thing it's become like it's seen as like it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
When generally speaking, it's not. It's just like some people like the simplicity of that sort of lifestyle and the fact that it's like it's your everyday. So you have routine. People like to have routine. Some people enjoy that, knowing that tomorrow they have that
they
job.
have to have
they
work.
have exactly. They
like
have
even though they
everything
might
have.
complain about it, they literally that's all they want to do.
Yeah,
So
and do you know what? I think like the stigma that surrounds that has come from people that aren't seeing where the problem like really lies. Because the problem is like you basically get drowned by your job, and there isn't enough time to express yourself or talk about it.
Yeah.
And so then people go to the other extreme, which is completely leave the 9 to 5 lifestyle and make a movie or start a business, and then dedicate all their time and energy to that. But if you had somewhere in between where it's like you had time to talk to people and you had time to enjoy films and make art and like make sure you're healthy mentally, then a 9 to 5 wouldn't do as much damage as it does now.
100%.
But because the whole like point of art is so detached from our day-to-day like normal stuff, you kind of either have to completely leave it or just be like, okay, I'm going to be a doctor, but I am going to be depressed. I'm not going to have enough money. I'm going to like X, Y, Z, and then like regret and be like, oh, I lived an NPC lifestyle. But it's so hard to like attempt to fix that. Because I also think so much of our population, like I'm saying, is literally not conscious. So for you to fix that, you have to, people exploit the fact that people are not conscious.
I feel like it's impossible.
To balance things out.
Yeah. I don't think.
What, living a 9 to 5?
Yeah, I feel like, I guess, but it's one of those things. It's like one becomes a career, one becomes a hobby.
True.
It
does become.
There's no double ways about it. You either commit to one or you commit to.
Yeah, but I think that's fine.
I know. I feel like for some people, that's fine, but then for other people, it's like it's a bit of a.
Yeah.
They don't want to sacrifice one.
Yeah, they don't want to sacrifice one.
But I'm saying like the reason why we need to make art, there's like a reason for that, which is it helps you express yourself and all the other like mental health reasons why.
Nah, I'm trying to get rich and leave it. I'm joking.
The reason why your art would appeal to other people is because other people can resonate with the like morals of it, the good parts of life and the sadness that you have to accept, all the different things. And it's like, basically, I feel like therapy should be incorporated into society in the same way school is, and then people won't even need to make art, because the thing that, you know how there's like that thing that's like you kind of need to suffer a little bit to make art, because art helps you cope. It's like if you find other coping mechanisms that align better with a 9 to 5, you don't even need to have like an art hobby, because you're doing what art does for you in a different way, and that might be more compatible with living a 9 to 5 lifestyle.
So it just comes down to the person, right? Like how they see their way of like alleviating stress.
And like by therapy existing, they would know their individual needs.
Yeah, no, sure.
And there's like a bunch of like wellness YouTube channels and people that will be like, oh yeah, do this thing, like crystals, like affirmations, and those things. They do so well because of the demographic is like so wide, because people just want to be told something that
they want. Yeah.
I feel like it's just people want to feel important. I think at the end of the day, it's like you want to be important, you want to be unique, you want to be special in your own way, or you want somebody to at least look at you in that way, or somebody to hold you to that standard that you are different to the rest. You're not just a regular individual, or you have something different to the person next to you. But I don't know, man.
But I also feel like it comes from like people want like to sort of their actions, they want to have justification for them. Like those crystals things, people want to like believe that they can just sort of speak their future into existence and sort of,
because I feel like if they didn't, then
exactly.
it would make their whole
like
it would just crumble.
And it's not just that.
It's like if I can't believe in my crystals, who do I believe in?
Exactly, and it's not like
actually have to do the work.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what that literally. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like they don't actually want to do the work. They sort of just want to like think about it in their head, and the idea of it sounds great, and so they're just gonna keep like feeding themselves that sort of bullshit essentially. And then, but it just doesn't work forever. Obviously, you have to come to a point where you have to realize that okay, you actually have to get up and do it. And like me, like putting rocks on a pedestal isn't gonna magically make my dreams all come true. And but again, that's because these people essentially are lazy, and they're trying to look for ways to sort of cope with the fact that they're lazy and not have to do with anything. That's like one of the stupidest things that I've heard is like, oh, you see how all these billionaires failed school? People now think, oh, it's fine that I failed school because Jeff Bezos is the CEO. But the fact is that even though they might have failed school, they were all like triple A students. They were all incredibly smart.
They could do that thing, they just didn't want to.
Exactly.
Like with my YouTube channel, podcast, whatever it is like I want to present ideas that I think are what people really should be thinking about. But the thing that the audience likes most is like, oh yeah, like you need to pattern up, you need to do X, Y, Z. They're just like hearing motivation. And when I deep life, I've already deeped it past that point of like needing motivation. I've already got past that. So it's like, now I'm just hoping everyone else catches up, or at least there's a very specific demographic that will appreciate specific types of videos that are like this niche, as opposed to just me making like superficial, like get your life together.
Yeah, because everyone essentially does that, and it's like heard millions of times.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. It's just become like your
Too many
go-to.
David Goggins edits.
Exactly, literally. Like
He's
people-
gonna carry the boats, bro. What about just like brushing your teeth in the morning, man?
Exactly.
Like simpler things we can walk about.
Like people just need to essentially. Like I feel like the biggest problem is people just don't actually get up and do it.
Yeah.
Again, it all comes down to it's just a constant loop of hearing these affirmations and like thinking, oh, cool,
Yeah.
I'll do it, I'll do it, I'll
I
do
think it's
it.
like hear the affirmations, get like extremely like I guess
Your dopamine just kind of like.
not even
Yeah.
dope. I feel like you just get like extremely like so much self-hatred. You're like, okay, yeah, I have to do this, and then like you don't because like you're a lazy individual.
Procrastination or
The
Procrastination.
thing is, I think it's fine. I just think that a lot of society will be like that. They're
True.
too unconscious for them to think that it's significant enough to actually change.
You're saying people are unconscious.
They are.
Oh man.
Like, you're underestimating it. I posted a video before this,
Yeah.
and it was free will, and I was talking
Yeah,
about it.
sorry.
Yeah, and like someone commented, oh, like you don't realize that a lot of people actually like do think about abstract concepts, because I was stressing the fact that you need to look at something from another point of view, even if you come to the same conclusion.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think that it's kind of naive to think that people have thought about it enough. I don't know if I'm just only around really stupid people. Like, I've just like got really unfortunate set of cards. But I swear it's a very small amount of even our generation that's like on TikTok. There is still people that are like invested in the Ice Spice thing.
It's because people
Name
have, like,
shall not be named.
It's because these people just have nothing really better to do.
I think what it is, it's once again we say this word: purpose, individuality, uniqueness. That might be the title of this thing because that's a good one. But yeah, like people like try and find themselves in other people. I think everybody does it. Like whether that's like your mom, dad, sister, brother, whatever. You try and put, I guess, I don't know, like yourself almost in the same position as them and almost feel like them or try and act like them to be a better person. But like for a lot of people it's over the internet and it's over TikTok comments and it doesn't really work because you are neither Ice Spice or Central C or a millionaire or live alone or you know are successful or out of school.
That's what I'm saying.
Like it's just a whole host of different things. I think actually no better word, parasocialism. That's what it is. Parasocialism.
People are living vicariously through other
Yeah, you know, I've met a few people even in my like very short photography career that were kind of parasocial towards me, and it made me very uncomfortable. And yeah, it's not. Don't be parasocial. It's very weird. I know you feel like you're a part of this person's ecosystem, you're a part of this person's life, but you're not. You know, Centricity doesn't know you. Ice Spice doesn't even know you exist or were born. Yeah.
No, I hear it.
Don't be a bot, man.
Yeah.
They just get too invested in these like online personas that
To be a bot or not to be a bot?
That
That is
is
a
the
question. Exactly. See, no, that's the title. That's the title right there. That's a good one. But
Yeah. Okay. Well, but other than that, like I'll be happy with this wherever it goes.
yeah. I feel like that's like the best thing about like the main thing about it. Like no matter what really happens, as long as you at the end of the day know you like put that effort in
Yeah.
and sort of can say, well, you know what, I can say that I wasn't the guy who was watching the motivation videos. I actually got up and did it.
You actually got up and did it.
No matter regardless of the outcome.
regardless of the outcome, you still
I can
did
say
it.
that I've done it.
Yeah.
I feel that's literally the best. Like,
Yeah.
because then you know you don't, you know
Like
that you don't regret anything.
You die with no regrets.
Exactly.
You're not
Yeah.
gonna be on your deathbed being like, I wish I posted that thing on Instagram. I wish I reached out to that one director. No, you'll be like, I did what I did. I'm happy. Did it turn out the way I wanted it to be? No, but I did it and I can't complain.
because like it is the most said thing, oh, live life with no regrets, but it's just so true.
Yeah.
The reason why I sort of said it is because it's so true. It's the
And
best thing you
nobody
can
does
do.
it. Nobody
Exactly.
does it because everybody's like, oh, I need to worry about this, need to worry about that, need to do this, need to do this.
They come up with
You as
excuses.
well, both of us, we're both key examples of that.
No, I think that you're on it. Like,
No, I'm not.
compared
Trust me.
to-
Din knows. Din knows I'm not on it. Din knows how many times I've used to do like Din.
No, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm stressing, man, about this post. I'll be messaging people like, yo, that's why I didn't post in 101 days because I was in that slump of, I don't know what to post. This is this. I was just hearing a whole bunch of things from different people, and I was just like, oh, this is so confusing to navigate. And I'm like, people are like, oh yeah, the art club stuff, yeah, and it's just a bit oversaturated, and that's like all you do. And I'm like, that's more to me, but I'm not showing that's more to me. Anyways, procrastination, being a bot, uniqueness, individuality, individualism, all of that stuff. It's a killer, man. If you can't balance all of them, then you become a bot.
Yeah.
You literally just end up as a mindless husk that walks around the earth and exists. It's like it's like watching yourself in third person. Then by the time you die, you have all these regrets. Like, I wish I could have done this. I wish I could have done that.